3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
The following contest is a fatal four-way match. Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Guys, there's so much intrigue here heading into this fatal four-way match. That's what you get, Michael, when you have four superstars who can legitimately win this thing.
Well, good afternoon. It is a wonderful day in the neighborhood. A wonderful day in the neighborhood. Dennis, won't you be mine? Won't you be mine?
I think I already am. We're here.
Oh,
It's
the
Monday.
video showed it.
We're doing our show. What more can people ask for?
I'm not sure. Oh, it'd be nice if Rob could get his internet working. Well, we'll just bounce that back out until we hopefully he gets it working. He said he can hear us. I don't know what is going on with it. If he can hear us,
So if the cap was just over his lens, it wouldn't be spinning. It would just be blackness. And
well, plus I think he's on an iPad, so there's no cap to go over the lens. But yes.
Oh, it's on an
But
iPad.
I mean, that is the guest we're waiting for is my buddy Rob Snyder, who is the co-writer of 1stMAN, a longtime friend of mine. He's a cartoonist in his own right, so hopefully he'll figure it out and we can get him in. Until then, we can just shoot the bull. How was your weekend, Dennis?
Well, you know what? It was a great weekend.
Why?
Well, so it was bittersweet. My daughter moved to Korea. So
North Korea?
just slightly south of that. Yes.
Wow.
So she finally got on the plane after all the rigmarole and was able to get in the air. She took her long flight and eventually made it. No thanks to all the stupid COVID restrictions and all the issues and then technical difficulties on the tarmac. It was a rough day. So we were up bright and early, but she made it. She made it. She landed safely. And now she has to quarantine over in Seoul for 2 weeks.
Oh, quarantine by herself.
Yeah. So that was a lot. That was a rough weekend, but Susie immediately started turning her bedroom into her office. So we had a lot going on. So we were, busy working through it.
How does one get food while they quarantine for 2 weeks?
See, that is $1 million question because they cannot leave. Now, the government is supposed to drop off food to them when they're in these quarantining special things. We'll see how that all works out because we've heard that sometimes it takes 2 or 3 days for them to arrive.
What?
Yes. So she does have a friend there. So hopefully it all works out.
Oh my God. I see. Oh, look, there he is. There he is. Well, he's got to adjust the camera. So
We got half of them.
I got to wait till I see. I don't want to see his torso. I want to see his face. So once I see his face, I know he can hear me. He's there. Oh, that's it. Well, now that I see his face, I don't know if I want to see his face. Still chopping off the top part of his face. I know he should be able to adjust the camera and figure it. Well, let's just bust his balls on screen. Rob, come on. We need to see your face, buddy.
All right. I'm working on it.
Did you just restart it like I suggested? Is that what worked?
Yeah, so the issue was I have an old browser, so I couldn't use Safari on that browser. But this lets me work.
Oh, there you go. Rob, Dennis, Rob.
Nice to meet you, Rob.
Nice to meet you.
So, now Rob's frozen. Oh, nope, now he's not.
You know, we can't tell if it's a browser or maybe AOL stopped their dial-up service.
That's true.
You here in West Virginia?
Rob heard that as he was trying to log on.
Oh, God, I remember those handshake sounds vividly.
Oh, I hated those. How's it going? How's it going, Rob? Good?
All right. It's going all right.
So are you on your iPad or a laptop? What are you on?
Yeah, so I've got my iPad propped up against the back of my laptop.
What were you trying with before?
My phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, because my phone's got Chrome, and my laptop's got an old Safari browser on it, and so I couldn't connect with my laptop. And then when you suggested the iPad, I just said, "Well, I'll give it a try. It's got a newer Safari browser, and that worked."
Oh, I thought that's what you always used when we've talked before, but
Yeah.
Oh well. No big deal. It's all
You're
good
here
now. Exactly. And that's what matters. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Snyder in the house, cartoonist himself, more along the lines of comic strips and things like that, and some political cartooning back in the day, I'd say. Not really currently. Hyper Kaiju in the house. Thank you. Look at that. Back 1stMAN. There's the link right there. Thank you, Hyper Kaiju. I told Dennis he could lead the whole interview thing since I know you. So
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of us don't know you very well. So I guess the first question is I always like to ask, you know, we like people's origin story. So what was your origin story of how you got involved in comic books, particularly with Andy, but you know, how did you get involved into the comic book industry in the get-go?
Yeah. So I've always been into comic books. A long time reader of comic books. Always wanted to do comics, cartoons, and discovered early on. My secret identity did that I was really bad as a comic book artist, and you know that my gifts were more towards political satire, kind of Oliphant look, and I enjoyed comic strips more. So you know, I always wanted to be a comic strip artist, and but I loved comic books, loved reading them, and I wrote, but everything that I wrote and wanted to write was more. Was more kind of Mad Magazine or not so much straight superheroes. And so Andy and I have known each other for years, and he invited me to participate in his in 1stMAN and working with him on it a long time ago. Actually, this is maybe 20 or more years ago when you know we first came up with you first came up with the concept, and then you asked me to kind of refine it a little bit for you. And so we worked on 1stMAN together for a while, and then I did some things with Paradox Press for a little bit when they were doing their big book of series. I managed to get a couple chapters in there. I was able to publish a book through Image, just a single issue of my character, Kid Terrific. Look at
that!
That's so sweet. I don't even
right there.
I don't even have a copy in that good a shape.
Right there. Well, I didn't go to town on my copy like you must have on yours. So my first comic's out. Ooh!
Yeah, so that's that's a lot of what I did, and then I but I started yeah that's some panel.
It's sad because I felt like Kate Winslet on the Titanic when Rob asked me to pose for that. First I said, all right, I'll take my shirt off. But then he said more. And I was like, okay. I thought he captured me really well, too. I was like, damn it.
It's a
You
great
couldn't have
life.
exaggerated. It's cartooning. You couldn't exaggerate a little bit. Jeez,
You're saying you got your curves just right.
just right.
Yeah, that's painful to be reminded of that panel. But if there was one panel that he was going to put up, it was going to be that one.
Of course.
Oh
So,
my God. So what year was that?
Yeah, that was maybe 98.
Yep, November 98. Oh, look at that. November, my birthday. No, that was my birthday present to me. But seriously, I mean, this is great stuff. His cartooning is top notch. I mean, I should full screen, of course.
Full screen it.
You know, kind of Calvin and Hobbesy. Really, it's really nice stuff. When you come over Wednesday, Dennis, I'll let you borrow it.
Yeah, because I love Calvin and Hobbes and that entire genre. So that's going to be kind of fun because I know for a fact I have not read that.
Yeah, that's neat. And what's interesting about the Kid Terrific concept is it started out as a pitch to DC. And I had come up with this whole notion of Mr. Terrific having a grandson, and I wrote this long backstory. And, it was very kind of in the mold of Robinson's Starman. And I sent it off to DC, and they loved the name, and they loved the sense about it, but they weren't into at all. The editor, at least, wasn't into at all the backstory, everything that I had sort of developed as a reason for the character existing. And so I said, well, what the heck? I'll just turn it into a funny, a funny gag cartoon, since that's what I draw more naturally anyway. And so that sort of became the thing that I've managed to work with over the years. And in fact, I just put Kid Terrific on Webtoons just a month or so ago. So I'm running it as one of the scrolling comics on Webtoons, and that's been kind of fun because originally, of course, it was black and white, and I'm getting a chance to kind of go back and color it in and everything.
Oh.
Hold on, let me go. It's just webtoons.com, and then I can search for it, I guess, because I can share my screen.
Yeah, I think so. You could probably just find it as Kid Terrific on Webtoons.
There's no big male alien weenie in it, is there?
I took the alien weenie out.
All right. I don't want to show that on my screen. Oh, I already did.
Well, you're already on the screen, Andy, so we already have one alien weenie. Come on.
Come on now.
It would be purple in the new one, but
All right, hold on. I did Kid Terrific as the
Of course, he would just color this in anyway, like he just did.
That's right. I did Kid Terrific in the search bar. Nothing came up. What else could I search under?
You can search for the Substack by Inbox Comics, and he'll come up.
Well, God, I thought you said I could go to Webtoon.
Well, you could.
Webtoons.
But go to Inbox Comics on Substack, and that should come up.
What's that website? You got to tell me the full website.
It's just Inbox Comics.
Oh.
Should come up.
All right, let's see.
Wow.
All right, let's do a search here. I shouldn't have to sign up. Oh, maybe I did sign up. Let me see. Well, yeah. Okay.
I feel like I need to put something on my walls behind me.
I know, right? Come on, man. So what was the first comic book you remember reading when you were in your youth?
The first comic I think I ever remembered reading was Justice League of America, number 87.
Oh, man, he remembers the number, too.
Yeah. There was a big robot monster on the cover. Batman was sitting on this throne, and it was holding, I think, Superman in its hand, and he was sort of rolled over his palm. And I used to think Batman was a bad guy because of that cover. I didn't know,
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you still have the comic?
No, I don't.
Oh. Yeah.
He's not a diehard collector like us, Dennis.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have many comics left anymore in my collection.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if that was the first one you got, what did you used to collect? What were the first ones you actually started buying?
Yeah, so I bought Justice League. I was a diehard Justice League fan. It was the only book that I ever subscribed to. I used to get it in a little brown sleeve folded in half in the mail. And
Oh yeah.
you know, and I got I read, you know, I was a DC guy growing up. You know, I Marvel comics kind of scared me a little bit. There was something about Marvel. I just didn't dig the Marvel heroes. But I read all the Marvel other titles. Like I read Sergeant Fury, I read Rawhide Kid, I read Ringo Kid. You know, I read all the Marvel other stuff. But I didn't read Marvel superheroes. I read DC superheroes. I read World's Finest, Superman and Batman, Justice League, Teen Titans. I read the Legion of Superheroes, and I read comic books all my life. And when I was a little older, I got into
Hyper's right.
That's right.
So, but I started reading Marvel. You know, when I was probably elementary school, I got into the Avengers, and but you know, I didn't know the characters nearly as well as, you know, I kind of understood the DC characters, and I just didn't know as much about
Sure.
Marvel.
Sure.
In high school, I read Daredevil, and I read. In fact, Daredevil became a longtime favorite of mine once Frank Miller jumped on it, and I stuck with the title for many years. But you know, as a kid, I read Thor. I think a little bit. Fantastic Four. I really like Fantastic Four.
Cool. Well,
Yeah,
it looks
in
like
fact-
Andy found Kid terrific.
I
You found
did.
it.
You need to, on Twitter, you need to put the link for this stuff in your bio on Twitter. So when people go to your Twitter, the link is right there.
Are people going to my Twitter?
No, but
But they
but if they
should.
do, they'll see the link
Yeah.
to full color Kid Terrific.
Yeah, I'll do
See? Look at that
Oh, no.
goodness.
that. No purple weenie.
Nope. Cropped out. That's why. It's over here, but you just can't see it.
Yeah. That's why.
Scrub.
Then he does a strip with twins. I thought this one was pretty funny. I got this in my inbox and thought that was rather cute. So
I see X-Men.
Yeah, X-Men. Yeah.
Did he pronounce that right?
I think it's Jimena. It's like pronounced with a J. So Sochi is pronounced with an S, and Jimena is pronounced with a J sound. And you know, the premise was I needed a strip that had little girl names that started with an X because it had to go with the double X chromosome on twins.
See, look at that deep thought. That's why he writes 1stMAN, because of the deep thought he puts into stuff.
Really deep stuff.
It is.
Well, that brings me up to my, I guess, the question is, since you've been collaborating on 1stMAN, obviously for a while with Andy, how did you two hook up, and how did that come about?
Yeah, we met at we worked together at a sign shop. I mean, this is back. Andy, you were what? You were a teenager.
18, 17, 18. I'm trying to remember. Oh, what's up, Eric? Eric is in the house. Hello. Oops. Hello, Eric. What's up? Was it the sign shop before it was Greenhorn and Amera?
Yeah, I think so, because you went to Greenhorn from the sign shop, and then I followed.
Yeah. Yes, we met at a sign shop I was working at. Yeah, I guess.
So you were making signs, like physically making signs?
Yeah, this sign shop actually specialized in sandblasted wood signs. So we would take, big, like big sheets of
This is a
thick
redwood.
wood.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah, it was like
redwood.
Yeah, it was like 3 to 4 inches thick wood, and it'd
Yeah.
be huge, right? Like we're talking one sign could be 4 feet wide, say 2 feet high, and they had a stencil machine that would cut out the stencil of the lettering in reverse, and it cut it out in this material that was really thick, almost rubber feeling.
Like a vinyl?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it had to be a little thicker because you laid that down over the wood, then you peeled up the negative space and you would sandblast the negative space. So once it was all sandblasted, it was dug into the wood, you'd pull up the the vinyl or whatever, and then the lettering would be raised nice and smooth.
Yeah.
And it would be sanded down and painted and whatnot. And the company did all the installation and everything.
So I was going to say these are signs for businesses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Housing development.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I when my first business, that's the exact type of sign that we had put up. It was probably 5-6 feet wide by 3 to 4 feet tall. And they had to put everything that we wanted on it. And they had to come in and install it with huge brackets on the outside of the brick building.
Yep. Yeah. And I remember, Rob, you worked upstairs because he was basically the in-house artist. And I was doing the sign production stuff. And I remember in the workshop, you'd walk upstairs and it wasn't huge up there. I mean, your desk was up there. The main guy's desk. Wasn't it Duffy signs or something? Duffy?
Duff signs. Yeah, Duff signs.
It was just Duff, DUFF?
Yeah.
Like Duff beer?
Yeah. Whatever.
I think so, yeah.
There's so many Simpsons references we should be talking about now.
No, literally. And I can't, I don't remember. I barely remember some of the people that worked there. I mean, I remember the husband and wife because it was a husband and wife.
Yeah.
And then I remember the two guys in the shop. One guy, the head of the shop, drove this little sports car that we had a big bay in the shop that you could literally pull a car into. That's how big it was, but it was for painting.
Oh, I remember that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know all about him.
Yeah, and it was the bay in the shop was basically because some of these signs were freaking huge. You had to use a crane to put them up.
Yeah.
So they had a room in the shop that was basically like you saw at auto body shops where they pull the car in to do the painting of the car because they use the exact same type of equipment to paint the signs. So this guy was trying to restore this sports car, this older sports car, like, this was like in 87. So this guy's trying to restore a car probably from the late 70s, and he'd pull it in there to paint parts of it and stuff.
But anyway, that's where we met. And I think somebody connected us that like, oh, you're into cartoons or comics, and the guy downstairs is into comics too. And that's how we just kind of connected and got to know each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'm still telling you. So I'm thinking Duff Man, because Eric mentioned Duff Man, and I'm looking at Kid Terrific. It's a similar kind of uniform. I'm seeing some similarities here.
I know. Now we know where
that all came from.
Where Rob stole it from.
See, and that would have been isn't that about the time The Simpsons came out like 89?
Could have been.
I'm thinking because it was Tracy Ullman. Now you got me thinking because I'm thinking Duff Man's going to go, yeah, Duff signs while drinking a Duff beer. Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I'm just going to make a confession and just say, yeah, I stole the whole thing. I stole it all.
There you go.
Oh, that's awesome, though. I mean, seriously, Duff. I mean, I would have a memento in your office of that.
Yeah, right. I need to put it right here.
Yep, you got room.
Exactly. Lots of room. What was I going to say? Yeah, and then from there, I went off to school.
Yeah.
You weren't working at Greenhorn first, Greenhorn and Amero before me?
No, I think you came there first, and then I kind of followed you, and I don't know who left Greenhorn first, you or me, but
I did.
In the city. I went to Baltimore and worked at a publishing house for a little bit, and then you went off to Cubert.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I don't know who left first, because that's right. I worked at Duff Signs in high school. Will there be a Kid Terrific 1stMAN crossover? No, most likely not, because 1stMAN would just blow that little kid's head right off. So the thing that people don't know is this little Kid Terrific is actually little kid Luke Henry.
Oh, so this is a prequel.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's like Anakin. Yeah.
Does she ever call him by his first name? Oh, she does, Terry. So, well, Little known fact, it's actually Luke Terry Henry. It's not. No, so I worked at Duff Signs. I remember now in high school, and then I took a year off after high school to before going to the Kubert School, and that's when I got the job at Greenhorn in Amera, which was a map making place. So I was a cartographer there.
Right.
And
so you went from signs to maps.
Yep, I went to Signs to Maps. What were you doing there? I don't remember.
I was just putting together like in-house graphics stuff, I think.
You were graphic design or whatever then.
Yeah, I was just doing graphic stuff. Yeah.
All right. So we worked there, and then I don't know who left first. I don't know if it was you or me going to the Kubert School, or if you left before I left to go to the Kubert School.
Yeah.
So I don't remember.
Yeah. But you went on to the Kubert School, and then I started doing editorial cartoons for the Baltimore Sun, probably that following year. And so that's the track I went down for about a decade, just as an editorial cartoonist. And I kind of dabbled in comic strips, but I didn't do a whole lot with comics. And the only times really I ever did anything with comics is when you would come by and you would bring me pages and, just photocopied pages, and I would ink them up, just as these kind of fun little exercises. But that's all I ever did with comics after that.
Yeah, I mean, you tried submitting and stuff. It's getting into getting into comic books is hard enough. Getting into comic strips is so much harder. And I mean, there's no real comic strips. People still try to get in, and it's a lot harder now with digital and newspaper shrinking and stuff. Whereas back then, there's no, there were computers, but nobody had internet and any of that stuff. And it was still really tough to get into the comic strip thing. And I remember you submitted and stuff, and I just don't know what those people look for, because every strip you showed me that you tried to submit, I thought was great compared to some of the crap that's out there,
Well, Rob, if you were doing political cartoons, just out of curiosity, how long did you have to do one a day, or was it just for the Sunday, or how many a week did you have to put out?
Yeah, so I did. The Sun paper at the time had its two main cartoonists, and I was a local guy, so I did local issues, and and I did 3 a week each week. So and they ran in these kind of local weekly publications that were inserted into the main paper, and then shipped out as zoned editions to the different counties. So my stuff was exclusively kind of hyper local. Occasionally I got to do state issues, but for the most part, I was doing really local countywide issues, and that's been most of my career as an editorial cartoonist. I became a full-time journalist and newspaper editor after that for a number of years, and I still contributed some comic strips or editorial cartoons, but again, they were just at most statewide issues, and I've done a few national issue editorial cartoons that have been distributed around the country. But it's not something I've really kept up with, and in fact, I really don't have any interest in doing it at all anymore. I think it's difficult to take a position in an editorial cartoon anymore that doesn't look like something other than what you want it to be. The national discourse is its own editorial cartoon.
Well, as a follow-up, did you come up with the topics yourself, or did they say, Rob, this week we want you to focus in on what's going on in A, B, and C?
Yeah, no, I would just read what was in the paper that week and kind of get what was the issues, and then I'd submit some sketches, and the editor would sometimes pick his favorite, or sometimes he would just say, just go with whatever you like the best. But for the most part, the ideas were mine, and then I would draw them up as well.
Okay.
Did you still have most of your originals from all that stuff, don't you? Because I mean,
a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I still have a lot
that's cool.
Yeah. And in fact, segueing back to during one of your stops in, you were looking at my editorial cartoons one day, and I don't know if you remember this, but you saw the brush I was using, and you were like, man, you get a really good brush line, but you'd get a much better brush line if you actually switched to a real sable brush. And I think we went to the store that day, and you had me buy Winsor Newton Sable #3, and I brought it home and dipped it and started inking. It was like, holy shit, this is so much better than So.
Oh, that's too funny. I think I do remember that, actually.
You know, it's funny. I could see you doing that too, Andy. Nope, switch to this. Come on, let's go.
Oh, yeah. Stop being a little boy. Let's get the real tools.
Oh,
Let's be a professional now. I know editorial cartoons are supposed to look sloppy, but it's not because of the brush they use.
Nice.
So yeah, that's the Inbox Comics site that is still fairly current. You know, I post, I try to post there once every week or so, and I've got a slew of comic strip features that I still continue to put up from week to week.
Yeah, no, you definitely should. I mean, you got to get this stuff out there for sure.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I know some people do is just pull one panel, right? Mm-hmm. And post the one panel on Twitter. And then the tweet says, to see the rest of the cartoon, go here and then post the link.
Yeah. Yeah. I should continue to link up more to the Substack page, because there's probably a lot more people on Substack than there were when I first started building that. You know, I was about 6 months ahead of the curve on Substack, and now it seems like everybody's signed contracts with Substack to develop material. So, you know, I should probably keep sending my stuff over there.
I just read this cartoon. So let me get this straight. You named the male character in this Evelyn?
Yeah, his name's Evelyn, and he's named after Evelyn Waugh, right, the writer. And so he's got this girly name. He's got 4 brothers, Christy, Beverly, Noel, and I can't remember the other brother's name. But, you know, mom wanted girls. So his complex is, of course, that he goes through life with this girl. And so he gets a dog who's just better than him at everything he does.
It just cracked me up. Because at first I read this, and then, you know, I read his dialogue, and I was like, oh, that's sweet. And then you read the dogs, you're like, oh, that's pretty funny.
I left you a present.
That cracked me up. And you got the little monkey one, which cracks me up.
Yeah, little monkey mimic. So so this is an older strip. You know, I was using filler as I was updating Pet PV, but Mimic was an older strip that it made the rounds at the syndicates maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, and you know, they passed on it, of course. But I just like the little character. He's this little monkey who's out of his element. He's trying to figure his way around in the world.
It cracks me up. Id. Not ID. Id. You want some id? I'll show you some id, buddy.
Freudian slip.
I dropped my toast. I spilled my juice. I stabbed myself with my fork. What a mess. I'm going to be late for work. Oh, that's hysterical. Like I said, man, I see stuff like this, and I'm just like, this stuff just holds up to me with the stuff in the paper. But
well, and it's funny because I'm looking at this stuff and I'm laughing, going, God, I could read this. And then I'm thinking, how do we go from this to 1stMAN?
Well, and that's just it. I know Rob has a sense of humor, and I want humor in the book. So, you know, it was just the perfect marrying up, I thought. And, you know, I know he liked comics and stuff. So, and we had the same taste in comic books as well.
So you guys hooked up on this, back when you did the first run on Image or after?
No, back when the first one, I drew it. And he wasn't involved in any of the stuff I drew. He was involved when I drew it, and I sent it to him and said, hey, I if you want to take a crack at scripting this. Yeah. And we chatted about it a little bit, and he did, and I liked it, but then when I brought it back, I was like, all right, we're gonna change some stuff up here. So we just kind of chatted about what was going to be changed and stuff, and the future of it. And I've said this on other streams I've been on for interviews where I get the script back and I'm like, holy crap, this is so much. It's definitely more thought out than what I did, because I always tell people, Rob, on streams that basically we would talk on the phone and I'd have a general kind of direction, and then I left it up to you to fill in all the gaps. Like I'd be like, I want this. It starts here. There's something here in the middle. I'm thinking, and then this is how it ends. You got to fill it all in. And then, everybody knows that the villain in this book is called Adonis. And I've said this over the past couple of weeks when I've talked to people. I said, I came up with the villain's name, and he's a villain because somebody's got to be the bad guy, but he doesn't see himself as a bad guy. And his name's Adonis. And Adonis is a artificial intelligence that the Fourth World Foundation scientists built under a government contract to build like the ultimate AI fighting machine. And the thing that I was really impressed with is, I think I told you this, Dennis, is when I got the script back, Rob actually came up with words for each letter of the word Adonis, kind of like SHIELD is strategic, blah, 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 blah,
like an acronym. Okay.
Yeah. But I don't remember what it is because it's just not top of mind. Do you remember what it is for Adonis?
No, not off the top of my mind. I can't remember. It's just, everything connected.
But it's like, it's, I know the first two letters are something like artificial defense, something, 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 but I was just so impressed because I was like, holy shit, I never even thought of, making an acronym, having Adonis be an acronym for something. And then you came up with something that just makes so much sense. I was just so impressed with it.
Well, geez, I don't remember reading that in the book.
Well, it's because it's in the second one.
Oh, see, now you're just teasing us.
The Fourth World Foundation is the second one, Dennis. It's the second one.
I'm gonna plug in my iPad. I'll be right back.
You go right ahead. While you do that, I'll just, of course, play the trailer. Let's see. We'll go with this one.
Speaking of plugging,
that's right.
Luke Henry, after kicking Monarch's ass to the depths of space, is back on Earth. And now he's looking to save the world from the Fourth World Foundation. Sure, he had help from Penumbra before, but she's not helping him this time. He's got to face it on his own. Look at these four people. He's come for a villain known as Adonis. He'll do it. You'll be there. Back it down. 1stMAN 2.
I love that.
It's funny, Hyper, because you put that, because I was thinking the same thing. Look at these four people.
Everybody loves that part where, Ethan had me do a voiceover of the minute-long trailer. I didn't know what he was doing. He's just like, hey, it was on his show weeks back, and he played the video, and he's like, I'm going to play it, and I want you to, just do the pitch. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just did it on the fly, and then the next time I was on a show, like a week later, he had that video that was 30 seconds shorter, and he had the guy that did the video edit it down, put in that voiceover with the echo behind it and stuff. So, and everybody loves the look at these four people.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do? I've got a lot of drawing to do. I got some more the head sketches. I've got 5 out of 15, but I've got 8 out of 15 for the single figure commissions. So I'll be doing some single figure commissions before the book ships next year.
Yeah.
Picked up another. So we got 2 people so far for the character in the book, because I added a new tier and there's 1 gone there, but there's, of course, the first one's gone. So 2 of these are gone. So if you want to be a character in the book, there's 2 spots left. I added this sketch cover of Christopher Reeve-esque Superman fighting a Lou Ferrigno-esque Hulk.
Nice.
So if somebody wants a nice original sketch cover.
And it looks really good in person.
Yeah, Dennis has seen the original to it. So yeah. So, get the program book. Lots of cool stuff left, and we're closing in on 34 hours left. I'd love to get the 450, if not 500 backers. And now I got to do math. We are, oh my God,
not math. Oh,
2,000. Hold on. 2,000.
356.
356.
Like I said, math. This is why you're $2,356 away from 30,000. I know we can do that in the next 34 hours with everybody's help, sharing the campaign. Tweet it, Facebook it, share it around. Sharing is caring. Hyper Guys, you nailed it right there. Watch the artist do math, folks. I'll be honest, I was about to say 2,736. So I'm glad Dennis jumped in. I felt like a monkey watching a monkey with the little music box going around and Andy going, doot, doot, doot.
I can do this math. Damn it.
Well, now I just want to know what Adonis stands for. I'm serious. That's what I'm thinking. I'm coming up with all these variants in my mind what it actually could be. So now you better be in the book.
Oh, it's in the book. If you knew, you can't pull it up while we're talking, can you? Oh, where's Rob's camera? Where'd he go?
I don't know, Rob.
I'll try it now.
Oh, you're trying to? See if you.
Yeah,
I can't remember what.
I lost my link.
I can't remember what page number it's around in the script.
Yeah.
Because
let me see if I can find it.
I'm so curious because it's so good. Hopefully, I'll get back to drawing the stuff this week. I'm finishing up another sketch cover for the people watching that saw me draw the White Queen sketch cover. I finally finished inking that today. So actually I can show it.
Oh yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I forgot I did scan it. Let me just open it up here. Here it is.
You got it? Yep. I'm right at the script. Oh.
So there's the sketch cover, the White Queen I finished.
Ooh, and it's on an amazing X-Men one.
That's right, because she's amazing.
She is.
She's amazing. So yeah, so this one I finished. Now I've got this Green Lantern one that I started on a stream that I got to finish as well. And then back to 1stMAN 2 Learning Curve. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Hyper Kaiju. So yeah, so she's all finished.
My laptop became unplugged. It started flashing. My batteries died. I'm like, ruh-roh.
Oh, look, boobages and cleavagers all in one shot. She's like, hello.
See, and I liked it with her hair like that. That's
what,
a good
down?
one. Yep. And long.
Well, of course. It's luscious.
But it is not vivacious because that's trademarked for another person.
That's right. There's only one person that's vivacious, and that's Penumbra. She's the vivacious one. Have you found it yet?
No, I can't find it. I can't find it.
Do you actually have the script open, or are you trying to find that?
Yes, I'm trying to find I've got the script, I thought, but it looks like I must have closed it out. And
all right, hold on.
So I don't have it right now. Maybe I had it on my desktop.
You fool. All right, give me a second. I'll look for it. Never fear. I'm here.
That's what I'm scared of.
Or what you say is, answer to be shown in the book. You must buy the book.
That's right. If you want to know what Adonis stands for, go back. First Man 2 Learning Curve now. Let's see. I got it.
You got it?
Well, I'm going to look for it, is what I mean when I say I got it.
I'm looking too. I don't have it.
Let's see. That's the noise I make as I read through a script. Isn't there a way you can word search in this dumb thing?
It says if you thought his math skills was bad, wait till you see his tech skills, folks.
You see my reading skills is what you mean. Wait till you see my reading skills. Because now I don't have StreamYard open because I'm looking at a document on my screen instead of StreamYard.
Oh my.
I think it was pretty early on in the script. So
I thought it was too.
Yeah.
Oops, I don't want to comment. Let's see. All right. Dennis, talk about your weekend.
My weekend? I started out talking about my weekend, but you know, my daughter's in Korea now forever. So I'll have
not
to fly and see it forever.
She's not there forever.
Well, at least for 5, 6, 7 years. So that'll be a long flight. Then my vacuum broke. So because Susie started turning her room immediately into her office. So she's out of my man cave. You notice where I'm broadcasting from. I haven't been up here, but very right there. The estrogen has flowed downstairs, and my testosterone is refilling the upstairs once again. I am happy.
That room was looking a little girly.
Well, nothing's changed other than the occupant. So yeah, I can see your point.
Exactly.
So yeah, now I am very slowly having to redo my room and probably having to order my next set of drawer boxes. That's going to be an Andy's coming over project.
What?
Yeah. If I'm helping you bag and mail all your 1stMAN books again, you're definitely coming over and helping put together probably 20, 25 drawer boxes.
I guess I can do that. We got to order them, man.
I know, but we got to talk to Tracy. Our buddies was talking about putting them in their store.
Yeah, I don't know where it is in the script.
How big is this script, man?
It's a big book, dude. 64 page count, square bound, baby. It's a big book.
Oh, well,
baby.
Rob's writing it. That's why there's dialogue. Otherwise, there'd be no words in the book.
Exactly.
He made me put sound effects in.
Did he?
Yeah, lots of them.
He's got to. Got to have sound effects in a superhero book. Well, I'm done looking. I can't find it. So if you want to know what Adonis stands for,
buy the book.
Buy the book. Back First Man 2 Learning Curve now, and learn what Adonis stands for when you get it in your hands next year, and you love everything about it. Scroll down, look at some more fantastic. Let's go over the tiers one more time. Feature tier, volume 1, 2, and the program book, $65. Volume 1 or volume 2, $25. Bart Sears cover, $35. Get that awesome Bart Sears cover. I've had people go, I backed it and I got Bart's cover. I'm like, awesome. I love that cover. Being the publisher, I'll have it too. Get volume 1 and volume 2 for $50. So if you missed out on volume 1, there it is. Get both covers for $60 of volume 2 for the completist in you. Get yourself a head sketch commission, 7x10, same size as the book. So it can be mailed to you at the same time. You pick the character, $100. Get the 1stMAN Fabulous Bundle. That is volume 1, my cover and Bart's cover. Volume 2, my cover and Bart's cover, and the 40-page program book. $135 for the set.
But you know, Andy, for the completist, they need to get your original version from Image Comics of number 1.
No.
Which was from what year?
1997. But that can only be got from me, but I don't have any right now for sale. So.
Oh.
Get yourself a single figure commission, 7x10. You pick the character. Be a character in the book, watching as First Man battles it out with Adonis. You will be featured in your own panel, a nice close-up of you, or maybe you're buying it as a gift for a loved one or a friend. And you will get 4 copies of the book as well. So,
so you mean if I subscribe to that one, I can't be Adonis?
No.
Oh, because I had it in my mind, then I would know what it meant.
No, you become a character in the book, but you are not Adonis.
Okay, just checking.
Yes, not at all. Not at all. And then, of course, there's the sketch cover, which gets you a copy of the book and the original art to that sketch cover of Superman about to go at it with Lou Ferrigno Hulk. Christopher Reeve Superman, Lou Ferrigno Hulk. And here's some glorious pages from inside the book. Apollo and his lovely, vivacious lady, Penumbra, on their home world. What's that all about? Well, you have to get the book to find out. First Man taken to the air, leaving NYU, where he attends college, to help hopefully save the day. Or is he? You'll have to go to the page and look at that page closer to see. Here he's coming home, trying to help his dad out, but causing more problems than good. What's a guy to do? And like I like to tell people on streams, you might be 7 foot tall and jacked superhero, but you're not big enough for your dad not to bitch you out still for doing something stupid. So his dad's bitching him out, and he just changes back and goes to his room. Of course, here his dad's waking him up saying, son, the Fourth World Foundation wants to meet with First Man. You got to get on over there. So there he goes.
Sulking.
What's that?
But he's still sulking, so he doesn't go.
No, he's waking up. He's waking up. His dad busting in on him, waking him up. You don't wake a teenager up.
I'm telling you, this could be an alternative ending. You could do that. Make a special alternative ending now. I see where we could go.
Nope. So there he goes to meet the Fourth World Foundation. The page that's on my desk is the next page where he gets to meet the Fourth World Foundation members. I actually tweeted the layout to that page out a week or so ago.
Yeah,
so people know what the layout for the next page looks like. Let's meet the characters. Fourth World Foundation. Oh, Adonis. Bart Sears variant cover. Good times there. Oh, yeah. And the parody ad is back. Dennis's favorite part of the book, the host of parody ads.
Oh, you got that looks like Race Bannon.
It's Adonis.
Johnny Quest.
It's actually Adonis. Don't tell anyone. That's what he looks like.
Oh, so I see. So Race Bannon posed for Adonis.
This is actually Adonis. I'm not kidding. That's Adonis.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, that's Adonis. If anybody actually, a few people have actually said in other chats, if you read the parody ad, you'll find out what Adonis looks like, because that's Adonis.
Oh, wow. I thought you were pulling my leg. Give me my leg.
Adonis is the bad guy in the parody ad. That's the whole point. You have to read it, though, because he even makes a joke
because you
about
asked, will Jezebel Jade be in the book as well?
No.
What?
I was never a Johnny Quest fellow, so I kind of get the reference, but no, this is
never
Adonis.
A Questerian?
No, not at all.
Oh.
So, in fact, my favorite word balloon right here is Penumbra holding the tray of pies. Here, I'll read it. Trust me, these pies are the juiciest things you'll ever taste. They'll melt in your mouth, and the cream will leave you totally satisfied. Ever seen anything yummier, Adonis? And Adonis says, not in any of the 27.348 days of my artificial existence, woman. Delicious.
Now I'm assuming Andy wrote that part.
Yeah. Yeah.
I touched. Let's just say I touched it up from what Rob sent me for the script.
Because that sounds like I'm literally sitting next to Andy talking.
Let's just say, what's that writing term that the editor will sometimes do? I punched it up a little bit. That's what my job is. Rob does it. 95% of what Rob turns in for the script is just perfect. But there's that little 5% that I've got to come in and punch up just a little bit.
6%.
What's that?
I thought you were going to say 6% with your math skills.
No.
Yes, because we all know that is 101%. That'd be right. Andy's math. Yes.
Well, that is true. I like to say I give 110% and Rob gives 95. So
there it goes.
There's some examples of the head sketches I've done in the past for people. Of course, an example of a full figure. The guy didn't tell me who he wanted. He said, your pick. And I was like, okay, you're getting Penumbra. So that's what that fellow got. The program book, 40 pages of bonus content in a beautiful book that has drawings of First Man by the likes of Adam Hughes, Brian Hitch, George Perez, Alan Davis, Bart Sears, just to name a few, but there's 15 guest artists in all. And then the rest of the book is filled up with page layouts and sketches, basically the how-to of making a comic book. And there's that wonderful new edition of the Superman cover. So
nice.
And coming soon, I guess I'll debut something else.
Oh?
Coming soon to the campaign page. Hold on. I got to get to the file.
I feel like we're being Mr. Multitasker now. Woo!
I am multitasking. Oops. I'm a big multitasker. I multitask better than Jeffrey Toobin.
You best not tilt that camera down. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to be adding this to the campaign, debuting here for the first time, the official First Man t-shirt that has First Man on the front, Penumbra in one color on the back. Look at that nice label tag you'll have. Let me zoom in on that so people can see it. Oh, look at that tag, baby. Astounding Comics, limited with my signature thrown in. The t-shirt designer did a fantastic job doing this. I am not the designer of this t-shirt. It is St. Clair Apparel is who designed it. I told him I wanted a Hyper Kaiju. Thank you very much. I told him I wanted kind of an 80s feel to the t-shirt. So I really dig what they did with the circle motif here and him popping out of it and stuff.
And that's the 10 color, right?
Oh yeah, baby. There is no other color. This is it.
Yeah.
This is full color, full 10 color. It's the most, it's one of the best printings you can do for a shirt. So it's going to be a nice, high quality shirt.
And so I hear you can get them in real men's sizes too.
Yeah, all the way from small up to 4X.
Yeah, because, baby.
Rob looks like he's a man of slight build, but he needs a 4X. Don't let that don't let that image of him fool you. He might look slight, but he is not. So
yeah, I utilize a slimming device when I go on.
You do.
Well, it's called a filter on your camera.
That's right.
Mine works the other way. You slim yours down, and I expand mine to make up for it.
Yeah.
That's right. So there you go. So debut that as well. So I'll be putting that on the campaign page soon. And then also I'm deciding if I want to do black and this blue. I haven't decided yet. I'm either going to put up one of each or I might just put up black. So
They both look good, I think.
I do too, but it just comes down to availability and stuff like that. So I'll have to decide.
I like the
All
blue.
I will have to decide. What's that?
I like the blue. The blue looks really nice.
I do too. Especially
think it
with
looks
penumbra
good.
on the back, with the blue on the blue, the way it does, it meshes well.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So there you have it. There you have it, guys. Let me just remove that. Get us back here. Rob, your head's cut off. I don't know if you can see. There you go, buddy. I know you have a camera on your, or you can see us, so you can actually adjust yourself properly. Hyper Guys, are these available through the campaign? They will be. I just have to put them up. I wasn't too worried about it before the campaign ends because, the campaign will go in demand until after the book ships and until we launch volume 3. So, they will be going up soon, kind of like Graham did with his Alien Alamo shirts. So I'll be putting them up in the next day or so. So you can look for them then. And of course, I'll tweet out about it and stuff. And like Dennis says, they'll range in size from small to 4X. So there you have it. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up because I will be streaming again at 7 o'clock tonight on Ethan's channel for Comic Kings. I know Art's going to be there. Graham's going to be there. I'm pretty sure Mr. Lepresti is going to be there. So there you have it. Rob, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Andy. It was fun.
No, of course, you know it. And
yeah, I enjoyed meeting you. I now I get to see the brains behind 1stMAN because I only get to see Andy.
I'll have you know. Hold on. I got to do it the right way. They're right here. The
Right
brains
there.
behind 1stMAN
Yeah, so
are
there you
right
go.
here.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
How did
took
you
him
get
out.
the brain just to be one color? That's impressive.
I took them out just for you. Look, don't think I'm kidding. This is the size of a brain. Those brains behind 1stMAN.
That's the size behind a brain. Yes. We're talking about your brain.
Oh, hey, Dennis, hold on.
I knew it.
Right there, buddy. It's not me
Is
flicking you off.
Is that what you utilize so you can get the good hand shots in your comics?
That's what I utilize when I want some strange.
It's a good thing this is a PG-13 podcast.
It is posable. Oh, God, I feel... oh, I hate it when that happens.
Now, if you guys are wondering, does Andy do this all day? Yes. Yes, he will literally sit in the office and he'll do one or a wiggle pop on or something like that. You just never know what he's going to do.
What are you talking? I care so much about my art. Oh God.
Oh, Andy Van Gogh. Nice.
God. Oh.
And for his next magic trick.
I have a detachable ear. So what? It was an accident when I was a child and you guys are making fun of it. So that's not very nice. Christine is not here. She has already left for the day because she's, it's after 5, Hyper Kaiju. She's gone for the day. I know people like seeing Christine. Unfortunately, she is gone for the day. But, we can at least see her this way. So there you go. Fix for the day since you asked. So, there you have it.
I'm speechless for the first time.
I know you are.
I'm done.
Dear,
You should be.
dear God, why?
Because you stop clicking on it. Because you asked. That's why. You ask, you shall receive. Come on. If you're going to ask, I'm going to show you. But that is enough for today. We will, what are you doing? Put that down.
That's my 1stMAN. Woo!
That's good
There's
stuff.
my copy. It's going in
that's
the
fan
alternate
art.
file.
That is fan art. All right, guys. Until Wednesday, we'll talk about the last couple episodes of What If, the zombie one, the Doctor Strange one, new comics, of course, and we'll see what else is on the comic book radar for Wednesday at 5. So we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Until next time, bye, everybody.
Live long and prosper, everyone.
Yeah.